Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. Do you remember Amy Cooper, who a couple of years ago called the police? She was walking her dog in Central Park. There was a bird watcher out there who told her that she needed to follow the rules of the park. And in response, she called the police not once, but twice. She ended up being fired from her job, and she's now actually trying to sue her job for firing her, claiming that they're discriminating against her. However, she gave an interview recently in which she said she didn't have a choice but to call the police. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a field trip through Amy Cooper's mind. Brace up. In Tuesday's episode of Honestly, a podcast from former New York Times writer Barry Weiss, Amy Cooper said she had no other choice but to call 911 when bird watcher Christian Cooper offered her dog a treat after he requested that she keep the pooch on a leash. Quote, "He's holding these dog treats in one hand and a bike helmet in his other hand, and I'm thinking, oh my God, is this guy going to lure my dog over and try to hit him with his bike helmet?" She told podcaster Camille Foster, "And if I end up over there, am I going to get hit by this bike helmet?" Tuesday's interview was a departure from Amy Cooper's initial remarks after video of the May 25th, 2020 encounter filmed by Christian Cooper went viral and drew widespread outrage as an example of police being called on an African American who was not committing any crime. Amy Cooper said then that she overreacted and was sorry. "When I think about the police, I'm such a blessed person," she told NBC New York at the time. "I've come to realize, especially today, that I think of the police as a protection agency. And unfortunately, this has caused me to realize that there are so many people in this country that don't have that luxury. Let's go back to what she said in her recent interview, and let's take a little field trip through her brain." This is what she was thinking in her head, according to her. Now, I don't believe it, but she claimed that this is what she was thinking. If this was what she was thinking, this is scarier than I ever imagined. "He's holding these dog treats in one hand and a bike helmet in the other hand, and I'm thinking, oh my God, is this guy going to lure my dog over and try to hit him on his hip?" Now, keep in mind that it's a tiny dog and she's holding the dog. The dog was not walking around. At this point, she was holding the dog. So she's imagining that this man is going to take his helmet and attack and possibly murder her dog. For what? And then she goes on and says, "And if I end up over there, am I going to get hit by this bike helmet?" Let's pause there. A man's out there with his goggles, or whatever those things are called, that you use to bird watch. He's a bird watcher. Ivy League educated man, well-spoken, nothing intimidating about him at all. The only thing he did was request that she follow the rules of the park. From that, she views herself as being possibly going to be attacked by this man with a helmet. Do you know you can kill somebody with a bike helmet? So instead of her admitting, "I had no right to call the police and tell the police a lie that day," instead of her just standing on the fact that she lied and she had no right to lie because she called the police twice, we found out, she's now going to try to come up with a reasonable explanation. And that reasonable explanation puts this man in a dark light when this man has committed no crimes. She has put this man in a dark light again. What's going on inside that lady's brain? Her thought process is a very scary thought process. He's asking her to follow the rules of the park, and in her mind, she needs to call the police because he might be about to attack her and her dog with a bike helmet. Make it make sense. Tell me what you think below.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like. The confrontation between Amy Cooper and Christian Cooper in Central Park. Mr. Cooper recording with his iPhone after asking the woman to put her dog on a leash in a bird-watching sanctuary.
At some point, she decided that, I'm going to play the race card, I guess.
Today, prosecutors revealed Miss Cooper made a second 911 call, claiming he tried to assault her, and formally charged her in an arraignment held virtually with a criminal misdemeanor for falsely reporting an incident to police. In court, prosecutors say Miss Cooper admitted to police under questioning that at no time did the man, later identified as Christian Cooper, try to assault her. Prosecutors adding that using the police to make false claims was both racially offensive and designed to intimidate.
I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops.
Back in May, she apologized.
It was unacceptable.
Today, Cooper did not enter a plea. Prosecutors say they're devising a program to have her take responsibility for her actions, but also educate her. Today, Christian Cooper called the case a distraction, saying his focus continues to be on fixing policing and addressing systemic racism. Meanwhile, Amy Cooper's case continues in court next month. Ron Allen, NBC News, New York.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.